saying Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. And like I always say, I will always be humble and thankful for that. I promise y'all. And before we get started, please join your boy membership. Also, I just started my membership the other day, so I'm gonna start adding more perks to it. Just trying to figure out how I'm gonna work it. But some of the membership, you do have some leeway to do certain things, get in contact with me, or think the emojis and stuff like that. But I want to add more to it as time go on. I'm just trying to figure out a better way to do it. Another thing, I'll be doing merch very soon, so y'all just watch out for my merch. I appreciate that y'all support me on that also. And secondly, before we get started, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Now, black and brown. It's been a long time since I seen conversations about the black and brown. What I mean by black and brown, I mean black people in the Latino, Hispanic, Mexican community, whatever. And what prompted me to make this video was, it was a young lady. She said, I don't care what nobody say. Black and brown is the best thing to go. Black and brown, we all one and the same, basically what she was saying. But before I get started, I want y'all to listen to what she got to say. And here we go.
Look, I don't care what y'all say. Mexican women be our sisters for real. Y'all don't understand how much Mexican women and black women have shit in common. But I do. Like, we do the same shit. We talk the same. We act the same. Police is fuck with the both of us. We just a different race. It's always been black and brown power to me. I don't get it.
Now you listen to what she had to say about her love for the black and the brown, but most definitely the brown community. She don't care what we think about it. And when I hear people talk about this, like how, you know, Mexicans be down for them, or they got Mexican best friends, or Mexicans always been there for me as a black woman, Mexican women always had my back and stuff like that, I can kind of understand. Because sometimes people think of on the individual basis. Everybody, well, let me speak for myself. There are a lot of people, including myself, that do have friends from other ethnic background, races, whatever, right? But I'm not also oblivious to the fact that they do come from a lineage and do have family members that have anti-black hatred. I would be a fool to think that. I'll be a fool to think if, let's just do for example, let's say I'm dating one of them Mexican women, right? Having sex with her. We going out, we love each other, we about to get married, all these things like that. I'd be a damn fool to think that she don't come from an anti-black background. I'd be a fool to think that her family will accept me. I'm not saying all people that's what you call them, Hispanics or whatever. I'm not saying all the families are racist, but goddamn, I'm gonna say 95% of them are. And you might have that one individual that might not be racist or whatever like that, but they come from that background. So I'd be a fool to think that I can love her to death. I can put a baby. Well, I don't know. I'm just hypothetically speaking, y'all. I'm just talking. I'm not saying I'm gonna sleep with a Mexican one. I'm just giving an example. But I could put a baby up in and all that. But at the end of the day, those people practice or agree with Meta La Raza. They do agree with wanting to be white. They do want to align with white supremacy. Matter of fact, they are part of white supremacy. And I think a lot of people like her get that confused with friendship with one or two people. But go to some of these places, come out like Texas, California, Arizona, New Mexico, those places where they have a high population of them folks, and you think you're going to kick it with them like that? I'm not saying all of them are like that. I'm not saying you ain't going to run into some cool ones. But I'm just saying, collectively, those people are anti-black. And I wouldn't, and it kind of bothers me. A situation like this remind me of when we goes back to the Nolan situation or Carmelo's situation or all these situations with our black children around white folks. And anytime they're around white people, something always pop off. Either we got to defend ourselves or we in the dirt dead somewhere. It's either or when we're around them sometimes, right? And I think a lot of our black people thinking that, okay, well, I ain't really kicking with white folks, but these Hispanics, they cool as hell. Nah, man, these people had the same mindset as them. I'm sorry. Now I know some people might disagree with me on that, but I'm sorry. I've been reporting the news. I'm pretty sure y'all been watching the news, but me as a content creator, I've been reporting the news for a long time. I have interactions with these people on social media. By me living in Dallas, Texas, I have interaction with these people, and man, a lot of them are anti-black. They don't really fool with niggas, man. They just don't. So when I see situations that happen to black people, like Nolan and them, I look at this. I look at when I see black people speak the way she do. I look at them the same way. Like you really don't know. You really don't know. And sometimes this can come from, because I went on her page. Some of this can come from trauma from your own black family, or how your black family treated you, or the people in your neighborhood how they treated you. Your experiences with black people might have a black person like herself look at black people as and look at Mexicans as hey. I can understand that. A lot of people might look at me crazy like, Brian, that's still not excuse. But sometimes, man, people be like, listen, y'all, trauma is a motherfucker. People be traumatized from the wildest shit, man. And they have and it's sad that they divert their disdain towards us. That's why you see a lot of these black coons that's black American. They say all these wild things about black people in the black community, how our kids it is, how black people don't save money, how black people don't have money, how black people don't know how to get a job, little stuff like that, how we violent, all these things, how we baby mamas and baby dad, how we don't get married, all those things. But something had to happen to them. Maybe not all of them, but something had to happen to them for them to feel like that towards their own people. Either they got bullied, they got robbed, they got shot, the gal or the man they were with cheated on them, so they just felt like, hey man, let me give it to white folks and life will be great. Or they can come from a certain environment where they didn't have shit, and here come white savior comes and say, hey, you can stay with me. I know you and Paul, y'all are best friends at school. And I know your mom is poor and your dad is in prison and you don't have no food in the house. There's 4 siblings there. You got to watch out for them. Well, Taekwon, come over here and live with us. We'll take care of you. You can spend the night. You'll have food in your belly. You'll have a ride to school and clean clothes. You get what I'm saying? So some of these black kids grow up and resent black society. And I can see that with her. Because she been through a lot, and that's why I ain't going to go too hard on her like that. Some people do, because they'll get in her ASS in their comments, man. They'll get in her ASS, but sometimes, man, I have a little discernment. My spirit just won't allow me to just on my own people like that. But I'm just going to chalk it up at either she traumatized, she's uneducated, or she just don't know no better. It's just one of the three, and she young too. So life will show her. Life experience will show anybody, because like I say, when I first moved to Dallas, I was never around like different groups of people. Like it was either black or white. That's it. You might see them, Asians. You might see Asians here, or them Indian folks that got them juice stove. We call them juice stove where I'm from. But I'm talking about like me going places. I'm just seeing straight Mexican, straight African, straight Caribbean, straight all these ethnic groups, and they just out there. I never seen it. It just always been black and white. That's it. So when I first moved to Dallas, I always knew that Hispanics had had anti-blackness, but I didn't really know because I never had experience with it. But I was always 50-50 on because the black and brown thing. So when I moved to Dallas, and I had experience with a few Hispanic people here, and it wasn't my best experience, but I also met a few Hispanics that was cool, that was 100, that watched out for me, helped me out with like times where I had a Hispanic. Me and him still cool to this day, but I remember I was going to Dallas to get my daughter from her mom. So when I left Dallas, I hit Shreveport. Shreveport is about 3 hours away from Dallas, and I caught a flat. So happened, I was waiting on the people to come because I didn't have a jack to jack my car up. So it was so happened, my Hispanic partner come like, hey man, what's going on? What you got going on? I said, man, I'm stuck on the highway. I caught a flat. Boom. He said, man, where you at, man? Send me your location. I said, well, I don't know where I'm at, but I could tell you that I'm in Shreveport. I'm like, he said, I'll be there. I'll find you. So he left. Boom. 3.5 hours later, he there, changed my tire, had a jack, put one of his old tires on my car so I can get on. So yes, you will find great people like that. But then on the negative side, I was working at this healthcare company. It was like a health insurance place called Cardinal Healthcare. And I remember, man, it was this Hispanic girl. And this one I was fully knowledgeable of how these people are. But boy, she did not like black people at all. She was scared of them black women. She was terrified of them, but she'll still do slick shit to get them fucked up, but she wasn't blatant with it. But with me, she was blatant, because this was around the time when the Me Too movement was strong. This was around the time when women's empowerment was going around. I'm talking about, this was around the time where men couldn't say nothing. It didn't matter if you were black, white, or whatever. Men couldn't say nothing. This was like in 2015. I ain't gonna never forget. So I just started this job, also. So it was certain things I wasn't really used to, but I did it before, but they just had a different setup and a different system that I had to figure out. But once I got it, I got it. So I probably make like 1 or 2 mistakes or whatever. So I remember when I made these mistakes, she'll walk over to where I'm at and start like trying to pop her shit on me. So I said, okay, I'm gonna let her pass on this one. Okay, I'm gonna let her pass. So second time I made a mistake, she came with her, start woo 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 woo, like, you making my job hard. You need to learn what to do, and woo 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 woo. I said, you better stop. I told her, I said, don't talk to me like that. I said, I'm not your child. So she got mad and instantly just got defensive. What you mean I'm not your child? I said, listen, you're not going to talk to me like that. I don't know who you think I am, but I'm not one of them ones. I told her straight like that. So she wouldn't have to sit her Pillsbury ass back down, right? So I'm not mad, but I said, let me get on top of this shit. So number one, I hollered at my manager. He was a black man. So I said, listen, this was going on. Woo, 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 woo. She been fucking with me, having attitudes. Even when I ask questions, she be all snappy and stuff. I never said nothing bad to this girl. Never even gave her English. I said, matter of fact, boss, I ain't call him boss. I was about to say his name, but I'm going to say boss. But matters, as a matter of fact, I don't even say nothing. You know I don't talk when I come up here. I'm very quiet. I do my work. That's it. And dip. He said, yeah, you're right. Well, listen, I got a doctor's appointment during lunchtime. And when I get back tomorrow, I'll make sure we have a meeting. Woo, woo, woo. I said, bet. F that. I went even further because I don't trust these people. I went to HR. Now, should I tell this part? Well, I knew this before me and her dated, but I dated someone in HR, but we weren't dating then. But anyway, that was funny. That's another story too. So, I ended up talking to HR. It was a white lady. And I let her know what's going on. I said, listen, man, this lady's harassing me. She making my workplace very hostile and volatile. She made me not even want to come to work sometime. Like, I'm hitting her with the sassiness about this shit, because I knew at this time, man, because during this time, man, we used to have like these team meetings. We used to have corporate meetings. We used to have town halls about women's rights, women this, women that, all this. So I knew that if this woman say anything to me, there's a possibility, by me being a black man in the industry like this, where I'm not really the only black heterosexual man there, because mostly women there, I knew it was going to be something else. So I said, let me hop on this. So I hopped on it, let the HR know, whoop de whoop, whoop de whoop. They written down my statement. They written down everything. I'm talking about they had everything locked. So I didn't even go to lunch at this time. So I head back to the office, whatever, sat down, started doing my work. I think I got off at 5:30. So I think she got off at 5. I heard her phone ring at about 4:15. So she don't know what's going on. She get up. I guess I wasn't really, that might be HR. Because I could tell, because you can hear how people talk if they whole tone change. But I could tell it was something. So she get up, walk out the door or whatever towards HR. So I say about 30 minutes later, her face red, eyes puffy. Like I could tell something was right. But she didn't look in my direction. She did not look in my direction. I said, thank you, God. So I get off work, cause usually she get off before me, but she stayed. She get off if I get up at 5:30, but somehow I read she stayed. So I get up at 5:30, pack my stuff, I'm out of there. Next morning I get to work. The first thing that come to me, cause I get there before she get there. So first of all, my manager said, "You went to HR?" I said, "We're gonna say, nah, I ain't. I just want to get this off because of this." He said, okay. So as time go on, the girl come in, and my manager have a meeting with her about the situation. So the Mexican chick, after the meeting, I could tell she felt bad. Like I could tell she felt bad cause how everything was explained to her, like the whole situation that happened, stuff like that. Man, this lady came back and apologized. She said, "I didn't mean it like that. I didn't I don't want you to make. I did not mean to make this environment rough for you." She just apologized. I'm like, "All right, it's cool." I go to lunch. After lunch, you know how you got clock. You know you got to check your email throughout the day. HR emailed me. He said, "Well, Mr. Such and Such, thank you for letting us know what happened. We did have a meeting on yesterday. We explained the policies to her that this workplace is not going to be a hostile environment. Woo. And if you have any other problems, please do not be scared to reach out to us, because she does it again. We're going to make sure we're going to take other proper precautions to make sure you feel safe working here at Cardinal Hill." That's what they said. So after that, man, I didn't have no problem with this lady. I ain't have nothing with this lady. I'm telling this motherfucker walk by me and say, "Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning." But at the back of my mind, I didn't let my guard down on that motherfucker. You showed me who you was in the beginning. You thought I was going to be like one of these other niggas just to let you talk to him any kind of way. That's one thing about me. I ain't gonna let nobody talk to me kind of way. I don't care if you're a man or a woman, elderly or a child. You going to get cussed the fuck out. Or you going to get checked depending on the place I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm at, you going to get checked. If we in the streets, going to get cussed out. If we in business, I'm going to talk to you in a way, don't fuck with me. If we in corporate America, I'm going to report you to them people. So, in closing, there is no black and brown unity. There's none of that, y'all. There will never be that. You can have people that's cool. You can have some cool Africans, some cool Latinos, some cool Caribbeans and all that. But at the end of the day, they gonna stick to their ethnicity until wherever they come, whatever country they come from. We got, black Americans. We all we got, and that's how we got to stand on how that's all we got. Every black American is not gonna feel the way me and you feel. How me and you interact, every black American ain't gonna feel that. That's why we need to connect with black Americans that feel the same way we do about each other, about loving each other and working together. Every black woman I come across is not gonna feel brown. Let me fuck with the black women that fuck with me. Every black man ain't want to rock or hang with Brian. That's fine. Let me mess with the black men that mess with me. Why would I want to veer off from the people that rock with me and worry about the ones that don't? Everybody not going to come together. Everybody got different ideologies, egos, pride, different thought patterns, different type of trauma they ain't healed from, or trauma they have healed from. They got triggers, everything you got to maneuver. I got those. We all got those. But it's all about people that align with your way of thinking. And I think that's the best way, man. Link with people that fuck with you. We all we got. And even the ones within our community, once again, that don't align with us, we got to keep pushing. They're going to have to be left on the wayside. But anyway, I love you all. What's y'all thoughts on the black and brown? Do you think black and brown got something going on? Do you think we can still work together? I don't. I really don't. And I think we should. Because these people want to be white supremacists. These people want to join these white supremacist groups. These people want to take white people ideology and they think they white. And it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. It's so dangerous that these white people tell them you're not us, and they still be mad at black America because white people told them that. Now, why you gonna get mad at us for white people say they don't like you? Why y'all don't ever never put that energy towards them. Cause y'all scared of. That's the problem. But anyway, salute to everybody. I love you. Y'all be safe. Peace out.